When you use gay dating and hookup apps, you are operating on a promise. This promise is that at some point, you will have a face-to-face meeting. Yet for some inexplicable reason, this never seems to happen. This isn't an accident. In fact, it's by design. As it turns out, there's an entire industry dedicated to keeping consumers distracted. Why? Because it can actually be quite profitable for those who are pulling our strings. These people are known as the attention merchants. The bad news is, every time you and I get taken in, we lose. Here's how. When I was a kid, I was as much a sucker for Happy Meal ads as the next person. In my teen years, my attention drifted to soap operas and angry justice crusading current affairs programs. And while standing in supermarket lines, I'd often catch myself glancing at racks of gossip magazines. When reality TV became a thing, I was quickly sucked into that as well. According to the book The Attention Merchants by Tim Wu, everything I've described here is the result of an attempt to profit by capturing consumers' attention. These attempts are everywhere. They are intrusive and non-consensual, but that doesn't mean they are always successful. Attention merchants are constantly trying to outpace the disenchantment effect, that is, our becoming desensitized to their methods. They respond to our adaptation by upping the dosage, that is, going to even greater extremes of garishness, luridness, and outrageousness. Or they introduce a new stimulus, what Wu calls a distortion for the sake of spectacle, calibrated to harvest the most attention. Consider, for example, the soap opera's increasingly ridiculous twists and turns, or social media's endless stream of dopamine-triggering notifications. The shift towards an online world has seen users faced with more choices than ever. This has led to a mad scramble by attention merchants as they try to find new sources of income, while trying to keep us transfixed. Take, for example, Netflix, which releases new seasons of TV shows all at once. This is by design. Netflix wants us to binge. Bingeable programming is an ongoing experiment backed by the company's comprehensive access to viewer usage data. Operating behind a one-way mirror, Netflix's data scientists observe trends and gather insights. This knowledge is then used to tweak their model, which continues to keep us hooked. These kinds of tactics are commonly used by attention merchants and have ushered in what Shoshana Zuboff has called the age of surveillance capitalism. One of the more obvious effects of using data to manipulate viewers' attention is that many of us end up remaining on the merchant's platform in a state of distracted wandering. Take, for example, social media and dating apps. We constantly log onto these platforms with no intention other than to seek the reward of an instant notification. The more we return to the attention merchants' platforms, the more data they have about our usage, which they can then use or sell to third parties. This trend is made possible thanks to our always connected culture. One of the sources of this culture is the smartphone, which renders social media check-ins, sharing, and selfies a mere reflex. Attention economies are now deeply embedded in daily life, normalized to the point that we often aren't aware when merchants are manipulating us. So long as they are able to keep us distracted and even addicted, they can funnel our desire for connection, validation, and information into checking, comparing, competing, and performing. All of which is to say that by becoming more aware of this, we can take steps towards resisting the attention merchants. For instance, we can choose to regularly unplug, setting aside a window of time each day or week in which to put down our devices. When we do this, We are letting go of constant interruptions and fragmentary awareness. And we are reclaiming the concentration, the focus, and the presence of mind that's key not only to our productivity, but to our happiness as well.